In this video, we're going to look at some basic functions of Google Drive. So this is my drive opened. As you can see at the minute, I've got a folder which links to Google Classroom, and I've got a folder which links to Screencastify, where this video will be stored automatically by my extension, Screencastify extension. And once the drive's open, you'll see a few things are there already. Recently, I've had access to this video, and also this document as well. So what it's saying to me is the quick access tab is showing me things I've opened recently that I might possibly be working on currently and want to go back to. And that's the quick access. This access, if you're working on a device which has got a small screen, can be switched off by going to the settings, and in the settings tab it can be switched off by ticking that little button there. I like it on because it helps me, and it does bring things to me that I'm using rather than me having to go search for them. So that's the first section. If Screencastify, as you notice, all the tabs are grey at the minute. If I right click, I can rename it if I want to. I don't want to rename this because obviously my videos is stored in this folder, but what I can do is I can change the colour as well to make it stand out so I can find it much more quickly. And the view at the minute is in tiled screen, tiled view. If I click on this little list view, it'll change it to list view. I personally find the tiled view a lot easier to use. So let's have a look at the left hand side. On the left hand side we have this little top link which is called priority. And in the priority it'll bring key things to you that you're working on. Now, because I don't have much in this drive, it's brought these three that were on the quick access tab to me as well. But what it will also do is it'll let me create a workspace. So workspaces are ways of organizing links to your documents. So if I create a workspace, and that could be test space, what I can then do is add files to my test space. So I can go off and look and see what files I've got. As you said, I haven't got a lot of files in there. I'm going to link that file to it, and I also want to link that file to it as well and insert them. And you can see they've been brought into this test space, and when I click done, there they are. So if you've got a project, it's particularly useful for projects. You can bring all the documents together in one place for that project. So maybe you're doing a school trip and you want the letters to the parents plus documents that go out to the places you go on a school trip with, etc. It doesn't actually store them in that folder. What it does is it links to the documents in the folder they're already stored in. So you can keep them safe, but it brings them to one place. And you can have workspaces going all the way across and down with all the different projects you're working on. So second one's My Drive, which we started off with, and then we go on to shared drives. Excuse me. And these used to be called team drives, and these are drives which are shared with other people. So in this particular one, if it's training resources, for example, in this one we've got lots of resources in there, and the rest of the team, as you can see, there are 12 members of the team, can also access that particular drive. They can add files, they can change files, they can delete files, and so on. If they delete it, it will be deleted for other people as well. So you have to be careful that you have some agreements as to how that folder is going to be managed. But it's just like a standard old-fashioned sort of shared drives that schools used to have on their networks. Just in a lot more functional way, obviously, because it's online and therefore accessible from any place, anywhere, anytime. Further down, the share with me are documents that have actually been shared with you by somebody else. So that'll be in their drive somewhere. And this one, for example, this Susan demo one, has been shared with me. So I can access that document. And if I'm allowed to, I can edit the document. As you can see on this one, whoever owns the document has told me that I can only view it. I can't actually edit it or do anything with it. I can make a copy if I've been allowed to. So I could copy. And if I want to edit, like I said, I can't at the minute because the editing's been switched off. So the other person would have to let me have editing views or editing access. And to get that access, I could request it from them by clicking that. They will get an email to say I've requested access. As you can see, there's only one document shared with me at the minute. Recent are the recent documents I've been working on. And again, because of the fact there's only 3 documents in here, they are the ones that were in the My Drive. Stored documents, it could be I'm working on a particular document and I want to store it so that it's ready for me to use very quickly and easily next time around. So for example, if this document was a test document, whilst I was working on it, I could store that document if I wanted to, and then that document would be there for me for next time. Quickly tap on the store at the top, and there we are, it's ready for use. As you can see down there, standard documents with all the usual options in the file menu. There it's stored, so if I close it down from there, and it stands in my recent ones as well, obviously, because it's a recent document. If I click on the stored, that's the only one that's stored. Bin is where the deleted documents go to, so these are the ones from before. Once I put them into the bin, they will stay in that bin. The only way they will go is if I intentionally go in and I delete them from the bin. If you're on a school domain, even at that stage, you have 30 days if you accidentally delete for your admin to go back and bring those documents back for you to use again. After that 30 days, unfortunately, they're deleted and that's it. So my advice to you is, rather than deleting lots of documents, maybe keep them in a sort of recycling bin so that you can always get them back if you need to later on. And finally, storage just tells you how much storage you've got and how much you're using. If you're on a school domain, then you'd have unlimited storage. And that's the basics from the Google Drive.